So a lot of you guys touched upon it. One of the key components of this is about foresight. It's about being able to not just see right now, but see down the line. And ironically, we're so focused on the now, we forget about what's going to happen. So the premise behind all of this is being able to look ahead of you. And I give the analogy that this is just going to be, it's going to help you make informed choices. So in laying this foundation, what you're going to learn, not just how to use the techniques that I use, but it'll help you make smarter choices out of any products that you purchase or any routine that you put together. It's just a basic framework. When I say it's like the little yellow lines, you know, when you're driving down the street and you might be tired and you're on the freeway and you start swerving to the side and you're you know, to wake you back up. That's kind of what this is. It's to put you back on that guided path and to help you achieve that goal. And in doing that, I'm going to show you some of the common problems involved with weight loss, with dieting and trying to get in shape, and the solutions to overcome them. Because what you'll need to do in order to make this happen, you've got to know what you are going to do or how you are going to solve that problem before you get there. A lot of times you just end up, oh gosh, how am I going to solve this problem? And you do a quick fix. Oh, run into another problem, do a quick fix. But if you can see it coming up, then you'll be able to avoid it and get around it. And I'll be the first one to say, what I'm going to show you, it isn't the only way. This isn't the only way. I've taken a bunch of components and put them together into a strategy over the years, and that's what I'm emphasizing. So I'll never say that someone else's strategy is so wrong or that it'll never work. It's how the person is able to put the components together and use them consistently. When we talk about health, and I mentioned that we aren't just going to bundle this up as health as far as being, losing fat or getting skinny or gaining muscle. When we're talking about health, we're looking at the whole picture. We want to be physically strong, of course, but we also want to be spiritually strong in the sense that you want to have this stamina to get up. When you wake up in the morning, you don't just, oh gosh, I'm so tired, I ain't going to work. How do you wake up and you want to take on the world? That's being healthy. At the same time, you want to avoid injury. And this is so important because so many of my athletes that I work with, we get so focused on just training. We're like, oh, it hurts. I'm going to run through it. When you drive down the street, you see all these athletes with knee braces on, and they're like, oh, I got to make it. You know what? That's when you're addicted more to the exercise than to being healthy. That's something I always evaluate. And I hear that a lot with some of my older clients that I work with. And like, I wish I would have stopped. Because there's one individual I work with, he had broke his toe playing volleyball, and he didn't want to let it heal. So he kept on playing, oh, no, they're not now. 20 years and then later, he's got a bone spur because the bone never healed right, and then he has to go back and search it to continue. So that's about being healthy. How do you take care of that? Get freedom from stress, obviously maintaining our body back, and being mentally strong. So that's how we are going to evaluate being healthy. Alright, so to talk about this, you guys remember from the driver's ed called IPD? Identify, decide, predict, and execute. I don't know if you guys remember, that's been like the most valuable thing in being able to figure out how you're going to overcome your obstacle. You need to identify what's going to happen. Predict your actions. Decide what you're going to do, and then execute. For example, we run into a lot of short-term planning. A lot of short-term planning is just, well, I'm going to get on this diet, and because I've got this family reunion coming up in 3 months, and I'm just going to cut my calories and just and that just screws up your metabolism. I'm going to show you why that screws up your metabolism and how each time it messes it up. So instead of we're going to get out of that short-term planning and move into long-term planning. And another example of this is, I bring this one home. This might hit some of you, but this one we bring it home. It's like driving on the freeway. I see this all the time. You know when it's rush hour and there's somebody everyone's doing 60, 75, 80, someone's right there on your tail, they are just tailgating you, just right, and if you were to sneeze, they would just run right into the back of you. Short-sighted. If this car is in front of you, and you're right here, and they're right behind, if this accident happens, this huge collision is going to take place. So part of being successful is not just seeing what's in front of you, but being able to see one step ahead. The same thing applies. It's basic in life. Don't just look at what's in front of you. Look at the step ahead, and you're going to see how this really applies to our fitness.